Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution.
What up, world? It's your girl, Kasira LV, aka Lady K. I know it's been months since I've been here, so I'm super excited letting you all know that what I'm doing right now, I am sharing this live to my page for some reason because I have, I guess, another studio. It doesn't allow me to connect on Facebook, but there we go. All right. I have to tell you guys, I returned back live on my other show, The Truth Podcast, every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time, live on The Truth Podcast Show Network. So hold on, let me get it together. Because as you see, yay, nay, don't have my background, but I am sitting in my testimony. So I'm super glad to have you all here. Before I get into things, I just want to share some information with you about the festival that I am throwing July 18th. Oh, you see my hair, y'all? July 18th. And so I was so funny this morning. I got on there and I just felt like Felicia. All I thought about was Friday, and Felicia was she always begging for everything. Everything. So yeah, I was begging because I need to borrow card tables, and chairs. But anyway, so I just want to welcome you all. And everything that I did have disappeared. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop those things up real quick. I really want you all to, I really want you guys to get a visual of what I'm planning. So right here is my Kankakee County Unity Community Festival. It'll be July 18th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. in Kankakee, Illinois. Most of us that's from there, you'll know it is right in front of Ricky Rocket's Fueling Station Center, right off exit 312. If you want more details, it's really simple. You get off the expressway if you're not from Kankakee or you don't live in the city of Kankakee. It's right there, can't be missed. You can see it even coming off the expressway. And so I'm super excited because one of the organizations that I am partnering up with is with Kankakee Forgives. And they do a lot. They are an organization that deals with gun violence, with violence in the community. And they have been a blessing to me and my family, even with the story that I'm going to be sharing with you all today. So with that being known, please tell it's a free event. We got performers. We're gonna have a little bit of food. And yes, I made it bigger, but this is also my community giveaway event that I do. This is gonna be the third time I've done it. This is gonna be bigger and better. The first time was great. Second time was a hiccup. The third time, baby, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So I'm super excited. I am still taking donations. One of the main things that I really am looking for, let me pull that up for you guys so you can know what I'm talking about while I am having my handouts so you all can know. Go ahead. I want to remove that. I just want you all to see about the donations that I am asking for. So we are asking for, I have plenty of clothes and shoes, not so much of boys and men. So if you have any boys or men clothes that you would like to give away, that'd be awesome. But I'm really now asking for cleaning product supplies, personal hygiene, non-perishable items of foods, baby items. If you got a car seat, a stroller, if you got a baby bouncer, if you got a playpen. It's been 10 years since I had a baby, so I'm trying to remember all the main things. But that's definitely what I'm asking for. And even with that, I'm also asking for more vendors. Now, here's the thing with that. I am asking for my vendors. The fee is only $30. But if you cannot afford it and you are an entrepreneur, you're trying to put your foot out there, you want to sell some of your belongings, some of the things, some of the products that you offer, if you got a small business that you're just trying to pick up clientele and you just do not have the $30, we can find someone to sponsor you. So don't let that be afraid when I'm saying the $30. We still have space available. We would love for you to come out and just tell the community about your business. So yeah, if you want to be a vendor, I want you to please make sure that you can contact me 708-250-5715 or Nancy Place of Paradise at gmail.com. Now the information will still be, I'll have that on there. I should have had that on there. But even if you do it, conversations we don't have with EJW at gmail.com. That's going to be on the bottom of the screen. That'd be also that you can contact me that way as well. Hold down. And then I cannot forget my organizations. I would really love to invite organizations that are bringing healing to the community, bringing resources to help somebody better their lives. So it's not too late for you to either come and get a table and come join us at this festival, okay? So like I said, any resources that we need for the community. Here's the thing that I have a problem with, and when I was planning this, that was kind of hurtful for me. I lived in Kankakee for 6 years. Everybody that I network with lives in the Chicago area. A lot of people are from the West Side. And what was sad for me was how I put myself forward in volunteering with their organizations, helping them, supporting them. I did not get that fully back in return. And I expressed myself to multiple people of the things that I was trying to do. And this is what I learned. And this is what hurt me, is the fact that everybody wants an organization, but you still want to be picky and choosy who you want to help. If they're not living in your community, you don't want to help them, or you don't want to go to them because you're so focused on your area. Well, baby, let me tell you something. God has called you, period, all over. You know, you may have a resource that can help somebody, could even transfer from where they are to where you are. So that was kind of sad for me. And I see this. And one of the main complaints that most organizations and entrepreneurs have is the lack of support, the lack of help. But when you do get that help, you do not return the favor. That's a problem. And those are conversations we don't have. People are scared to talk about. All these organizations, I get these, I'll get the funding and all of that. If it's not going to bring you no money, if it's not going to bring you no publicity to make you bigger than what you are right now, to grow you, you don't care. But let me tell you something. I love the fact that I am a woman that loves people that much. I don't care about popularity. I should care more about money because maybe I wouldn't be broke, right? But I don't care about those things. What I care about is making sure I can help the next person get over that hump of that trial and that tribulation, because we know life be life. And so that was one of the main things that really kind of triggered me. I'm so glad for sorry, I'm tickling my nose. I'm so glad that Kankakee Forgives trusted me to partner up with me to do these things. And another thing, well, we're gonna stick on this subject because you know I talk about conversations we don't have. I am so tired of y'all men that deal with attractive women like me. Yes, I consider myself attractive. And when we shut you down, especially people that have organizations or businesses that can help you, when you shut them down, they shut you down. But you call yourself a person that's here for the community. It's so hurtful, so distasteful. It makes me want to vomit. And these are the things that attractive women, I don't even want to just say attractive, women, period. These are some of the things that we deal with, especially a single woman. We deal with those type of things, especially when a man, let me take this, I'm trying to say my glare. Especially when a man sees and knows that you're single, they always try to use their organization or their helping to captivate you. And slowly, but you know how men always try to test the waters to see where your mind at, where your mental is. Those type of men. I'm telling you, I had a couple of men that I ain't gonna say no names, but I really want to say it so bad. I really, 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 really want to, but I'm not gonna say it so bad because I gotta be fair. But I'm telling you all, it was so funny. A small, quick story. This person that tried to seem like they were such a good person and was really focused on networking with me. Little did they know the organization they're part of, I'm even closer to the. See, I try to tell people this because I'm so humble. God blesses me to always be with the main man, never the middleman. And even if I talk to the middleman, God jumped me over to be with the main man, and I oversee the middleman. So that's really what kind of happened. But I'm not gonna use that. I'm just giving a little example. One of the things that I try to do, I try to make sure I can voice my opinion, speak the facts of things, and not hurt individuals. And this is what I'm going to be going through today. But I really wanted to first focus on my organization and be begging, y'all. I'm begging for volunteers. Here we go again. Let's talk about some more stuff that we really don't talk out loud about, right? I need volunteers. You don't need to have any experience. Just have a heart to want to serve, right? That's what we talk about. I need help. Like starting today, Sunday, I think I'll be working next week too. So I'll be working at the evening time. I have so many clothes that I have to reorganize and organize other clothes that I got and still pick up other items that I need the volunteers. If you are free, and yes, it's going to be located in the Kankakee area. That's where my storage unit is at. I have 3 storage units I have to get together. Yes, 3. God has blessed me. And this is what I talk about every time I do every time I plan something. I always start off with no money, but God makes a way. And why it's clocking down, why it's almost the time of the event, I'm still trusting in God because, like I said, I'm begging y'all, begging for table chairs, and I can buy some, but I need more because I have so many things, so many items that maybe the 4 or 5 tables that I probably can't afford, and maybe the 5 or the 10, 20 chairs I can't afford. I need some chairs for my elders. I mean, we're going to have a day of games for every age group. I want my seniors to come out there and play your bid whiz, play your gin. We're gonna play some spades. We're gonna have a good time. Then I need tables for kids that just want to sit in color. I need tables for kids that want to play games. So I need tables. Food, don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna have a little bit of food there. First come, first serve. Sorry to tell y'all, but it's almost like a block party. So I'm just gonna need you. If I ain't got no more food, come on, bring your grill yourself and come on and cook. And let me have a good time, good music, just unity and community for one day. Now, one of the things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure this is an annual thing, right? This is my first time. I have the vision. God has already prepared me because sometimes I have a big vision and then it don't work out and I'm crying. But we always have to take a step. Small steps turn into bigger steps. It still gets me to my purpose. So if I don't have a big outcome, what I'm looking like, I want more than over 200 people to show up. If I just get 100, which I normally do, that is okay with me. Now, the other thing that I am looking for performers. If you know somebody that can sing, that can dance, that plays an instrument, that's do spoken word, or somebody that just want to speak to the community, please, we are looking for you. I have right now, I'm so glad my brother, he texted me this morning. He's going to do whatever I need him to do. He's a performer. I don't care if you rap, sing. I don't care. Unity is unity. We all have to accept each other as individuals and just be respectful, right? But I would love to showcase your talent at this Kankakee Festival. And or if you know somebody that needs to get out there, they want to put their music out there, they need more publicity, call me. All right. So I got all of that out of the way. I'm super excited that I got it out the way. It would have been more planned because I had, you prepare your studio before you get on. But today, I am thankful for the ones that still try to stay afloat with me. Today, if you want to know, my topic for today is real talk. What Satan meant for evil, God turned around for my good. Through this whole through my show today, I will be putting up some scriptures. And one of the main scriptures that I want to put up before I even get all the way in there, the theme topic, sorry, my notes, y'all. The theme topic, the theme scripture really is Genesis 50:20. You intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good. He brought me to this position so I can save the lives of many. So I pray that this testimony will help you. And so I'm just thankful for everyone coming in. I don't know why it's not showing up. So this show is going to be one of the hardest episodes that I have to do. Before I begin, as you know, I told you I went through some gunfire. So I want to make something very clear that this episode is not about shaming my son. Yes, this is a story about what I've been going through. Y'all, my hair is not looking right. That I've been going through since December 11th of last year. And so, I love my son with all my heart, and I always will. We all know we love our kids. They can get on our nerves, but I will love him. And like all of us, we have made decisions that have changed lives. This isn't about exposing him. It's about exposing the goodness, mercy, and faithfulness of my God. Okay? This testimony, I want this testimony to help parents, one young adult, or one family make a different decision or hold on just a little longer than tears I've cried. Oh, had a purpose. Every tear I cried had a purpose. So today, I want to talk to you how one decision shifted my entire life, but it could not stop God's purpose for my life. Let me give you the details. So at the time, I was doing what I always do, serving my community, advocating against violence, gun violence, helping hurting families, people. I was building my non-profit and encouraging people through my podcast. But here's the thing. I never imagined that I would deal with gun violence in my own home. Excuse me. People didn't understand what I was going. Some knew what I was going through. It was a struggle. And so I'm just tired of my phone keep on timing out on me. As we know, as we have like grown-up kids and stuff like that, you know, they're visiting or staying with us. You got rules, right? And so it all started with something so small. I asked my adult son not to leave food in my bedrooms. I have rules in my house. And hell, I had to live with roaches. Yes, I'm being real. Conversation we don't have. Yes, I live in the projects. Yes, some of my neighbors brought roaches. Yes, I'm afraid of bugs. Yes, I had to live with roaches. So when we got rid of them again, because I lived in that building for almost 4.5 years and we never had to deal with bugs. And so I was really like cautious, like, don't leave no food in my rooms, right? Like, everybody, don't want no roaches. I don't want no roaches type deal, right? And so, you know, as us moms, we were snapping and in my rules, I expect everyone, whether you're a child or an adult, to respect them, right? Because I sacrifice to pay these bills, baby. I go through a struggle to pay these bills. So I just ask for respect in return, right? Well, woke him up out of his sleep, doing my regular mommy fussing. The conversation became heated. I got upset, and I was like, yo, call your daddy. You got to get up out my crib now. Right? Little bit, that will tell you how it escalated. A little thing about it. My son was on my phone playing, and I wanted my phone back. The only way I knew I can get my phone back was I needed a police presence. So I called the police. As much as I was fussing and I was arguing with him, While he was getting his belongings, I discovered he pulled out a gun. No, not on me. Pulled out a gun, put it in his pants. And I was like, oh, no, you didn't bring a gun in my house. I'm tripping. I'm snapping. Forgetting I am still on the phone with 911. Okay. So anyway, when I was talking to 911, I would tell my part. In the middle of everything, panic all over. I was forcing him to try to give me the phone back. Wasn't trying to let him out the building. He panicked. My son shot out my living room window. And that was the moment my entire world changed. Bear with me. I'm going to try to get to the story as much as possible. All of these are now always tears of sadness. It's tears of joy. It's tears of resilience. It's tears of, I didn't know it was going to be this hard. Whew. See, when we deal with grief, we always deal with just thinking about grief is always when somebody dies. But at that time, grief dealt with me and my son. He did something that could ruin his life. His choice affected my life. I really wanted my son to be on this show so he could tell his side, right? Because I had a conversation about parents and their kids, right? And how we had the ups and downs. And so I really wanted him to have his give his truth. But like I said, like grief, that is not true. I grieved the life I thought I had. One minute I was angry. I couldn't stand my son. I wanted justice because this is what I stand up for, right? The next few days, now I'm going through the next minute, I'm worried about my son. He's not a bad, and I want to say kid, but he's an adult, right? So he's not a bad adult, right? He doesn't really basically do nothing. But music, looking for a job, working, want to be a photographer, like hanging out with his friends. There's someone in the streets, but not him, It's just so crazy. Now we're like, oh, he can't handle jail. Hell, who gonna put money on his bosom? But both his parents broke. What are we gonna do? My son doesn't deserve to end his life like this over this dumb decision, right? So now I'm being a nurturing mom again. I worry. I worry, would jail change him? Will he make it through? Could I ever trust him again? Then the fears. I was told I could lose my home. I was told that I was getting evicted, okay? I'm not going to show a whole house, but I'm on my front porch of my house. Henry, Indiana. Yes, that's a part of my testimony, but we'll get there. Because then I'm worrying about not one child, but I had two children I still got to take care of. And now I got to worry about where we're going to live. I don't have any employment right now. God, how I'm going to window shop. God, how can I fight this? And I'm telling you all, Chat GPT, baby, help me. I'm not going to lie. Okay. And so I went through I went through almost a month and a half of laying in the bed. I was a functional adult, meaning I did all my adult duties so I could hurry and get right back in that bed. I was stuck. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I wasn't embarrassed. I wasn't ashamed. Because at the same time, I just didn't know what God was going to lead me to. I didn't know what my plan was. I said, God, I know you're not going to make me homeless again. I know you're not going to make me homeless again, God. God, do I got to go through another journey like this again, It was a roller coaster, baby. It was a roller coaster. In the roller coaster, I was still having blessings. I was funding my organization. I got this new podcast that I'm on today. See, I didn't even know what I was going through. I said, and I was so excited, and but I was excited inside, but I couldn't show it because of the grief was so heavy. The burden was so heavy. The worrying for my child was so heavy. And not even because of not even that. We're gonna go on this. Tell you a little bit of this. We're gonna take a commercial break. But when you go through seasons like this, you really know who your people are. So one thing I learned is that everybody has an opinion. Some people, his family, his dad, that didn't help out like he should have, right, to help me raise my child. But we had some of my family members, my own family members, some of my his family on his dad's side family member, my oldest daughter, was mad and angry at me because I called the police on my son, a black male, my son. But let me tell you something that I'm gonna put a little pause on the story. Here's the thing that I have, because conversations we don't have. Why is it that you always want to blame a single black mother? And I'm sorry, you all. I don't even want to put the black in. I want to say a single mother. And I don't even want to talk about men, because men, you can protect yourselves too. Why is it that you always want to put so much pressure on a single mother, a single parent mother, when they raising a child, especially a man, a male, because we can't teach them how to be men. And when we try to do whatever we can to teach them responsibilities, teach them morals and principle, and be stern on them like a father is supposed to. But when you say we dropped the ball, but when will a man really stand up, or even the men in our family? When will you stand up fully to make sure that you're helping this single mother out that's in your family? When? But everybody will point the finger at you. Nobody protected me. Nobody tried to tell my son, this is not how you should treat your mother, or you shouldn't do this or do that, until I had to call. Then everybody's mad at me. See what I'm talking about? I mean, others said, and then I have my other family members and friends and people that cared about me, that was mad even at him and what I should do, and you should leave him alone, and that was wrong. Yay, nay. They wasn't lying. But I still also have some people questioning my parenting, have some questioning my faith. Some judge me without even ever asking how I was doing. Now, see, that was one of the main issues I had when I started getting closer to the time I had to leave. I started getting angry. I started being a bitch. I started being more what we call it? I'm more straightforward, because nobody asked me, how are you doing? I'm not gonna say nobody. Let me back the car up. We're talking about people that should have been asking, but God was in the right people. Now, how are you doing? What can we do to help? We're talking about family members, main people that have been in your life. I ain't talking about the people I know that have been there. People have been there for me, baby. Even Female Solutions, my team, they have been there for me. So we ain't talking about my newly people. We talking about people that's been in my life since I've been a baby, or my son's life. Okay, we're talking about those people that was not there, but was pointing the finger and judging and snickering and talking in the background. Judging, not even asking, what you gonna do? How can we help? How can we support you? You find out who your real people are when you're going through. And to be honest, let me tell you something. My little brother, he definitely tried to help, definitely put forth. I have to give it to my little brother. I love you. I love you to the moon and back. He tried to step in and help. And I love him for that. I love you, little baby brother. I love you. And we come up from that, we tell our truth, we talk stuff, cuss you out, all this stuff, but we're real stern and forceful, right? So we stand on moral codes about a lot of stuff. So my brother's a very, very stern. He's a man too, so he's very kind of militant. So, but I thank you though, brother. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you. Talking about family. We ain't talking about my friends. Or my bonus family. I had to give him out there because he was one of the first ones that really stepped up at the time of everything was going through. But you also always see how people just simply disappear, and that was hurting me. But I didn't realize at the time that God, he was definitely getting me prepared for the transition. And we always have to realize and remember that everybody can't go where you're going, right? We got to remember that. We always want to hold on. I talked about this. We always want to hold on. I think my thing is loyalty of time, meaning that you've been friends or you've been in this family for years and you just be loyal to them, but ain't no real friendship. Can't depend on a person fully. It's just not a real friendship, but you're just still sticking to each other because of loyalty. And he just put me through a season of that. And so my season, I told y'all we were going to come. I'm going to come back to that. We're going to go back talking about how God started removing people out of my life and bringing people into my life. But we're going to take a quick commercial break and then we will be back. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with conversations we don't have, escaping Jezebel's web. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three Black moms.
And in case you didn't notice the resemblance, we're also three sisters.
We're going to be coming to you every week, sharing our successes and our mistakes as we navigate our lives as moms, wives, sisters, daughters, and of course, Black women in today's world.
We'll talk about it all: race, politics, religion, economics, culture, and we'll take a look at everything from whether or not to use corporal punishment to how do you teach your children about sex.
Look for our upcoming book, Growing Up Charles. It's a personal story about our lives growing up in Maple Park on Chicago's South Side. I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three Black moms. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Three Black Moms.
What up, world? I want to welcome you to the conversations that we don't have, escaping Jezebel's web. I am your host, Kasyra Elvie, also known as Lady K. Here, this is a faith-led, healing-centered podcast where we talk about the conversations many women and men keep in silence. We talk about relationships, motherhood, fatherhood, faith, patterns, and personal growth. Here, we name the unhealthy cycles, speak truth without shame, and choose healing and freedom. These are the conversations we don't have until now. Let's go talk about it.
Welcome to Master Force with Mushim Suit. Join us each week on Thursdays at 7 a.m. Central, live on Facebook and YouTube on the Female Solution page, as we dive into powerful topics designed to assist you in mastering your life force. Our conversations feature a diverse lineup of experts, all dedicated to your growth. Tune in weekly to discover new ways to elevate your spirit and raise your vibration. And remember, we are ascending.
All right, welcome back. I'm your girl, Kasira LV, and this is Conversations We Don't Have, Escaping Jezebel's Web. Now, I was talking to you about my testimony, right? It's in the middle. Sorry. I was in the middle of talking to you all about the things that I've been going through since December 11th. And so we're going to go, I was in the process of telling you guys about the lessons that I was learning and how God starts to remove certain people out of your life. And we always try to keep them because of time. That's what we do, try to keep them because of time, right? And one of the greatest lessons God taught me was that not every person is assigned. That everyone assigned themselves to your life was assigned by him. And that is so, I tell you all, God put the right people in my life. And I told y'all, because I am on my Female Solutions family, help me out. That I had my faith movers, my prayer ministry team. I am on the intercessory prayer ministry, my fire starters. I love y'all. I love y'all heart for real, because they really always step in. They stand in the gaps for me. And some people were only there for a season, and that was the crazy part. I want to tell y'all something really quick too, because two of the things that I love, the fact that God showed me that he definitely will make your enemies your footstools. I can't wait to that story. I hope I got enough time to tell that story. But I want to jump in here also into the comments. I want to say, hey, Crystal. And that's my shipper family too. Crystal, that's my sister. She was there for me. I want to say, who else is on here? Hey, Deborah. And good afternoon. Good afternoon. I thank you all. I love you all for tuning in. But yeah, so one of the things, when God began removing people, I thought, will be there for. I'm talking about, and I hate to say this openly, but conversations we don't have. I had best friends that I thought I would never, ever stop talking to. Well, I had one that just stopped talking to me. I don't know why. Then I had another one that just didn't understand where I was really coming from. I was expressing my feelings, and it was just a lack of just friendship. And like I said, that's just one of the things where sometimes sometimes people that leave your life, it's not like you leave out of this dramatic, dramified, I don't know if I'm making this word up, but it's not always just like this dramatic exit. It's almost as like we all just dwindle away, right? But that is something I did not want. I expressed that I did not want that. And unfortunately, it seems like that's just what's going to, when it's in God's plan, it's in God's plan. And sometimes it's just a season. And when God began removing people I thought I would never be with, it hurted. But when he's positioning you, when he's transforming you, when he's molding you, everybody can't be in your circle. And so while he was moving people, the people he was moving, that's why in this season, I really understand when biblical, he said, I am the great I am. God will start sending the right people in your life. He will send encouragement. He will send resources. He will send people to help fight for you. He will remind me
that he truly is Jehovah Jireh, my provider, the great I am. I want to throw some of these biblical, some of these scriptures out that I was telling you all about. I want to go to even Isaiah, some of the things we was talking about where I'm going to read it. Let me just read it. It said, when you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you, right? And then the things when I was getting lonely, we go to Psalms, where he said, the Psalms 34:18. These are scriptures that this is one of the favorite. I say it through the King James Version, but we're going to stay with the NLT. It says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirit are crushed. I mean, it was days that I cried to God. I said, God, help me. I didn't ask why. I'm like, help me. And yeah, no. I didn't ask why. I was begging, God, please don't send me through that. God, I was God, I live with roaches for you, God. God, I lived in the projects, God. Please position me and my children to be at a better environment, a better housing, better neighborhood, better schooling. That was my prayer. God, please don't make me homeless again. God, you gotta make me homeless to get me to where I need to get to. Tell you, I have a real conversation with God. I talk to God like that's my BFF, that's my daddy. Talk to him. And in Jeremiah, when he came, 29:11, he said, for I know the plans I have for you. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. There are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. Here we go again. What Satan mean for evil, God will turn it for your good. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? So anyway, back to my conversation, because I know I only got a few more minutes, and I really, I want to get everything out. Got 17 more minutes. All right, we got it. But going through all of this, and people know that I'm very transparent. I will come online when I tried. Let y'all know I can't talk about it, because even in the process, I knew that my story wasn't done yet. I knew my testimony and what the testimony wasn't completed. I knew that. So I'm like, even while I was hurting, God was still blessing me. So I had to say, God, because my bills were still getting paid. I still ate, drank, smoked. I did whatever I wanted to do, go out. If I wanted to go out with my friends, I still had everything provided. Food, shelter, clothes. We was blessed. My kids maybe didn't have the finer things in life, but they were clothed. They went to school. People were blessing my children. Even in the midst of my darkness. Matter of fact, my community, thank you. Love y'all. Got shout out to my Crestview Village. Love you all. My community out there I'm a community activist. They were the ones encouraging me. They were getting me out of bed, knocking on my door. Come on, let's chill, let's laugh, let's play a game, let's listen. And they were helping encourage me to get through the day. I was still a functionable, and I don't like using the word depressive, because I wouldn't really say depressed. Grieving. I was a functionable breather. And in the process of that, I would still find sometimes to help others in the midst of my mess. I would still help others. There was days now at the beginning time, I didn't want to help nobody. I just want to be in that bed, and I'm have conversations we don't have. And I just want to have my cocktail, my cigarettes, and my weed. Yes. And my God. Yes, you can judge me all you want. God doesn't. I mean, God will judge me, but God knows me. As our people say, God knows my heart. But anyway, when you're going through things like that, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for God, because he said, when you are weak, I am your strength. And I would say, God, I trust and I believe in you. You said a mustard seed of faith. And one of the things I was telling my prayer ministry team too, the thing I told them, it's not the lack of faith,
We can all say, oh, God gonna bring you out. Oh, God got a blessing for you. God got this, God got that. Yes, all true. But what we sometimes do not do or think about, what if God is finna send me through another testing season? What if I gotta go through another trial before I get to the hallelujah, hallelujah, happy blessing? See, that's what I was worried about. I wasn't scared about really being homeless. I done did it 3 times, and I done did it once by myself. Well, yeah, twice by myself, once with my kids. Hey, I was like, all right, God, we got this, but I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. Who wants to be in an uncomfortable position? See, that's what I was worried about. Was, God, do I got to go through another season of being uncomfortable when I've already been uncomfortable? See, that's not a lack of faith, because we walk by faith, not by sight. So I can't see. All I can do is trust. He said, lean not to thy own understanding, but always acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. He said, my ways are not your ways, my thoughts are not your thoughts. So these are things that I had to think about. These are things that I had to say, all right, God, now look, you said a mustard seed. I got it. I got it. He said, that's all you need. He said, call on me because I never leave you, nor do I forsake you. So I know he had never left me. He was always still there. But in the process of that, let me tell you what happened. You need a good testimony of it. Even in my crying moment, my snot nose, having little self, I started my business, my 501c3 nonprofit. I'm going to tell you all, it's Nancy Place of Paradise. That is who will be hosting my organization, which is an umbrella. It has LV Women Support Group. In the next few years, I will have LV Restoration and Resource Network Center and Nancy's Place of Paradise Shelter. Woo woo. So I still have not fully celebrated. I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell you, I'm going on a sabbatical for the whole month of August. School time, my birthday. I can really start unpacking, enjoying my new house. So I'm going to go take a real vacation, a month vacation. If you don't know what sabbatical is, I'm taking a whole month to just focus on me and my children and just woosah. Here's another thing. I started The Truth Podcast Show Network, right? My own network station. Then also God has blessed me with the Community of Female Solutions Network. So I started that, and I'm supposed to have guests, y'all. All y'all been doing is hearing me yap. I hope it's pleasurable, by the way. But y'all been hearing me talk. But I want to have conversation. I can't keep on having conversation by myself. You know, I want to have conversations with my people where we're sitting side by side and we both can really talk about these things that some people are ashamed or scared to talk about. I really am that person that brings up things that people wouldn't say out loud, but they thought about it. Like I said, I kept still serving my community as much as I could, right? So let me tell you a brief. We got 12 more minutes. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So in the process of the gunshot, first of all, let me give you. I used to work for the management company that I live at, right? I was living there first, and I was a community impact coordinator. That's how I even got even more into the community and more with the people of Crestview, the residents. I was actually doing whistleblower over something, and ever since then, it's been a tag on my back. They say it's not, but it has been. I've always been a good tenant. I've always been still about the community. So when this happened, they was ready to say, yes, finally, we got a way to get her out. But let me tell you what God did. So on December the 11th, by December the 23rd, oh, it was 24th, 23rd, I got a 10-day notice. I didn't immediately panic. I said, okay, ChatGPT, what can we do? How I do this? This is what they said. Nobody wanted to tell me that I was protected by the Violence Against Women's Act. See how sometimes people don't warn you or tell you about certain things. So yeah, so did that. Found that I can go for that because he was just a guest. I had already told him to leave. See, nobody's telling me how to protect yourself, right? I called legal aid, picked up my case. You got a case. Cool. I didn't get a real court date until March or April. I think it was the end of March. We made a decision in April. Look how God, I got a 10-day notice, December 23rd, but God made it a way that I was still able to stay until dun, 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 June 30th. So what happened in April, we went, talked about it, said, okay, cool. You can't evict me. We're done. We're going to sell it. That is what it is. So it was a win-win situation. I was able to walk out of there proudly, not being kicked out. They were able to win because they got me out. And what happened is my lease is up in May. So they can legally renew it or not. What you think they're going to do? But it was all in God's plan. All of that. And in the midst of this, y'all, too, I did get prophesied that I was getting too comfortable. And other people's like, girl, you know you weren't supposed to be there. You're supposed to be gone. You know, people got their own opinions and stuff, right? No judgment. I'm not mad they said that. I didn't want to live there. I live in income-based housing. Yes, I did get a little comfortable because I still wasn't financially stable yet. I'm still trying to get my life right from the divorce, from being homeless 7 years ago. But anyway, so yeah. So I won the case. Now, the process still winning the case. I found this out in April. So I said, okay, we got 2 months. I'm all cocky, right to myself. I'm like, all right, not cocky, but confident. All right, God, we got 2 months. Well, baby, that month was gone. And I knew I had 1 more month. And I was sitting there and said, oh, God, I still ain't got no job. I mean, every time I applied for a position, even when I knew I was overqualified for it, baby, they was tearing me down. I said, come on, God. And then I'm like, ask my people, here go the famous question. Where do you want to stay? How much can you afford? And in my mind, I'm saying, hell, I don't know. Shoot, I ain't got no job. I can't even pay my bills now. Window shopping. But people was on it for me. They was looking, had people, give me to go to another housing. Did you get on the list? And I promise you all, every time I tried to apply for housing, guess what? They were closed. The wait was closed. Right? Well, got a job in the middle in the April, May, and the end of May, right? So when I got that little job, I said, oh, God. Now I'm thinking, like, all right, God, construction time, you got me a job. I can try to make some money. So I started looking. I'm going to tell you this. The house that I am in right now, I was supposed to go visit the house. I got laid off that day. Something told me, still go view the house. I said, all right, I'll go view the house. I went, I viewed the house. They said, let your credit score be 690. Check my credit score. It was 549. I said, oh, God, what am I going to do? Make a long story short, because it's almost over. I'm in this house today. And I moved in July 1st. I still got a couple of naysayers. Can you afford it? That's too much. You should have done this. You should have done that. You should apply for this. But they don't know what God was doing behind the scenes. Sometimes people judge your blessings because they don't know your provider. Once again, what Satan intended to destroy, God used to strengthen my faith. If you're watching right now, maybe it wasn't your child, maybe it was a spouse, a friend, a sibling, a parent, or maybe it was someone else's decision that completely changed your life. I want you to know this. Get my notes, y'all. I'm reading. Sorry, I gotta make my point. Don't allow someone else's decision to define your future. God is still writing your story. You may be grieving today. You may feel betrayed. You may feel abandoned, but God has not abandoned you. Sometimes He allows the storm not to destroy you, but to reveal His power, His provision, and His presence. So today I stand before you with a testimony, not because life has been easy, but because God has been faithful to me and my children, even my son. By the way, real quick story. My son gets a second chance at life, finishes probation, and he will not have a record. You hear me? And he can still get a gun license the right way. All right? That's his blessing, his testimony. He's doing better. But anyway, So with this closing thought, somebody else's decision shifted my life, but it could not stop God's purpose for my life. God turned around. What Satan meant for evil, God turned around for my good. And I am so grateful. I can smile. Literally, this is a real smile. This is a real smile. Unfortunately, I've been tired. I have a little makeup around my eyes because I have black circles, y'all, because I've been tired. What I'm telling you, you got to pack, you got to move, you got to plan a community event, you got to get that together. You're working too. It's a lot. I cannot wait until July 18th is over so I can just woosah and just focus on work and just kids and school. I have a little breather. But I really do hope that this has touched you. I really do hope that someone else that's going through, because I'm going to tell you this, during this season, before it came to my season, I had so many people that I was encouraging and talking to that their own grown-up kids has shifted their life for the decisions that they made. And matter of fact, I can stand here strong today because I have a friend now that the same thing had almost happened to her. And now I can strengthen her because I've been through it. You know, God only sends us to things, not for ourselves, but for the next person, like I said before, to save the next generation or the next person that's going through a season. So please, even if you don't feel okay, like I always say, it is okay to not be okay. A mustard seed of faith is all you need. Don't be upset when people leave you, people disappear, because he's the great I am. He's going to provide you with every person, everything, every resource that you are going to need to succeed, to be pushed to your purpose. I'm happy, y'all. My house is beautiful. As you said, been on my front porch. My kids are going to be able to go to a good school. You know, God is going to help me sustain this house to pay my bills. I believe it. I receive it. And I trust him. So, with all that being said, I thank you for joining me today. I will see you. It's the 5th Saturday of July, so I have a 5th Saturday. Maybe by that time, maybe my son can jump on or not. If you're wondering, me and my son talking now, no, kind of a distance a little bit right now because I have to allow him to, I can't be an enabler, but I can be a supporter. But I could be it from the background, right? So if this testimony encouraged you, please share it with someone who needs hope. Remember, your greater pain can become someone else's greatest encouragement. Remember that. We don't go through what we go through for ourselves. I keep saying that. So please share this podcast. I'm thankful that you gave me an opportunity to share my testimony. This is your girl, Kasaira Elby, aka Lady K. Conversations we don't have, escaping Jezebel's web. If you want to be a guest on my show, please contact me. And let's talk about some things that people don't normally talk about openly. That's what this show is all about. All right. God bless you. And I will see you on the next episode. All right. Peace out.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, zhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, ngiyabonga. Senegal, jaref. Kenya, asante. Israel, toda. Pakistan, shukriya. Afghanistan, tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.